Last weekend at the box office, Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa dominated. But can a new film take over this weekend? Dallas Buyers Club is already getting a ton of Oscar buzz. I sat down with Matthew McConaughey and the other stars to see if they're paying any attention to that. Matthew McConaughey, Jared Leto, and Jennifer Garner told me Dallas Buyers Club is unlike any film they've ever done.
I thought that this film was so gutsy.
Based on a true story, McConaughey plays Ron Woodruff, a rodeo-loving cowboy who's been given a month to live after being diagnosed with HIV.
It tells us about a time in history that we don't really know much about. We know what we were told. And so it opens up a whole other idea of a way to look at this time in history.
Instead of taking the doctor's word, Ron searched for answers. He figured out a way to smuggle in the medicine he needed to stay alive.
This guy was a son of a bitch, man, and he did by whatever means necessary to stay alive, and he made money doing it, so he's a bit of a gangster along the way. And without even knowing it himself, he sort of became a crusader for the cause.
McConaughey and Leto both went through extreme physical changes to play their parts, both dropping more than 30 pounds.
I've been looking for you, Lone Star.
What kind of side effects did you have when you were losing all this weight?
I needed less sleep, actually. 3 hours less sleep a night. I had a lot of energy. I wasn't, guys that I could beat wrestling now, that was the time to get me.
They can get their money back.
That was the time to get me.
Every day he said, I'm sharp as a tack. I am ready to go. I am great. But we did keep it simple. There wasn't a lot of playing around.
And many critics aren't playing around, predicting both McConaughey and Leto are frontrunners at next year's Oscars. A nomination would be a first for both.
You're getting a lot of Oscar buzz around this movie. Do you pay attention to that?
I'm aware of it, and hey, that means people are liking the film, they're liking what I did in it, it's resonating. It feels good.
I never thought ever that my name would be in the same sentence as Oscar or Buzz.
Two people who are used to that Oscar buzz, Hailee Steinfeld and Viola Davis, who star in the science fiction film Ender's Game, also out this weekend.
If you don't try, then we will all be lost. I'll do everything I can to win this war.
Hailee, who's now 16, earned an Oscar nod for Best Supporting Actress for her work in True Grit. While she's worked for notable actors including Matt Damon and Jeff Bridges, she told us working with people her age was a first.
Up until that point was something that I'd been wanting to do for a while, and it was so much fun. I mean, this cast, they're like some of my best friends.
Ender's Game, based on the classic novel, is set in a militaristic future. Ender, who's unpopular and bullied in school, is singled out by the state as the one person who can save Earth from an alien race.
He's abandoning his entire fleet. He's in command. There's no stopping him now.
Viola Davis, who received an Oscar nod for her role in The Help, revealed that getting bullied is one of her biggest fears for her 3-year-old daughter.
It's one of my biggest fears with my daughter. I'll be ready to fight. I'll be ready to bully. Don't
Get
touch
away from my daughter.
While the kids on set didn't have any problems with bullying, they admit working with Harrison Ford was a bit intimidating. His advice to them? Take advantage of those feelings.
I want them to recognize that if they feel a little, if they're imposing on themselves some sense of who I am, let them use that responsibly for the creation of the relationship between that character I'm playing and themselves.
Being able to be in a room with people like Harrison Ford, let alone be in a scene with them, was phenomenal, and just by observing them you can gain so much.
What do you kind of pick up and learn from working with the younger actors?
You just learn to take advantage of the energy and the capacity that they have.